Me first?
Yes.
Jack Truesdell.
Spell it.
Spell it Truesdell.
All right, and you can go.
I'm Elsie Truesdell.
All right, thank you. And you can go, Steve.
All right. All right, so first I guess I'll ask you guys where you guys were born and raised. So you want to start with you?
Go.
All
I
right.
was
ahead.
born in London,
London.
England, in
Okay.
1922.
1922, wow. London, England. And you said you were born in Washington?
No,
No. Okay.
wasn't born here. I was born in Marysville, Kansas. Moved to Washington, Missouri when I was about less than a year old, probably.
Oh, okay. All right.
Graduated from Washington High School in 1941.
Yeah. Now how about you? When did you move to the United States?
Well, we were married in 1945,
Mm-hmm.
and I came over in 1946.
46?
Mm-hmm.
And how old were you?
I was born
You're
in
22 when we got
22, so I
married.
was 23.
23.
When you got married, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then, I guess, what were you guys doing at the start of the war?
At the start of the war, I was a student at Missouri University.
Missouri University?
Yeah.
And what year were you? Do you remember?
I was in my sophomore year.
Sophomore year?
Mhm.
And how about you, Elsie?
Pardon?
What were you doing at the start of the war?
Start of the war, getting prepared for it.
Getting prepared for it? And what did that include? What were you?
Well, really not very much. We were, you know, you just hoped that it wasn't going to happen.
Right.
And it happened earlier than when you were experienced it. It happened September the 3rd, 1939.
Yeah, 39, that's right.
And on that day, my sister Mari, who was only 12 years of age, and the girl next door were in a little park that was quite close to us. And we heard this airplane come over, and I thought, oh my gosh. And she came running home. They both came running home. She was white as a sheet. And I said, what happened? And she said, he came down and sort of strafed the area and was grinning at them.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank God they weren't hurt. You
Right,
know? And
right.
I don't think he intended to hurt them. I think
Right.
he just wanted to scare them,
Right.
which he did.
Right. Wow. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. So you said you were in college. Were you drafted or did you volunteer?
I was drafted
You were drafted.
January of 43.
January 43? All right. And then what did you go in to do? Like what were you? What
I went into the Army Air Corps.
Army Air Corps?
Mhm.
Why'd you choose that?
I didn't choose it.
You didn't choose it?
I was drafted.
Okay. So you were basically, okay.
They put me there.
Okay, gotcha. What was your exact duties for that?
I was in the ordnance department. Our job was loading and fusing bombs,
Loading and fusing
aircraft bombs.
So did you spend most of your time here, or did you spend your time overseas, or
Most of the time in England.
in England? Okay.
Yeah, I was in less than 6 months when I went overseas.
6 months overseas?
Went to
He
school.
went over here 6 months before he went
Okay.
over.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. All right. And how'd you guys meet?
At a dance.
At a dance?
Hmm.
My sister-in-law asked me to go, and I said, well, she said, you know you love to dance, and you dance well, which I did, and when we got out of the escalator, we had to walk, and what was the name of the place?
Covent Garden.
Covent Garden,
It was
which had been turned into, it was an opera house there, and it'd been turned into a dance hall for servicemen and women.
Mm-hmm.
And we were on our way, the air siren sounded, so we hurried along in the dark, of course, and we finally got there, and we were standing outside, and I could hear Mary talking to somebody, and I said,
You left out a little bit there.
what did I leave out?
That they
that-
couldn't get in the place
Oh, yeah,
because
it-
during an air raid
yeah,
they wouldn't
closed
wouldn't
the
allow
doors.
anybody in or out,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Which
So
was horrible.
Right.
that was the
Anyhow.
reason we were all outside.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
And I heard her talking to a voice that was familiar, and I said, is that you, Ron? And he said, "Is that you, Elsie?" And I said, lived just a few doors from where I live, and he was in the service.
Uh-huh.
So we got to talking, and then Mary started talking to Jack because he was outside.
I was behind them in line, waiting to get in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we got to talking, and then we introduced ourselves, of course.
Yes.
And Jack had the first dance with Mary. When the all clear sounded, the door opened, and she had the first dance with him, or he had with her. And then he asked me for the next dance, and we danced the rest of the evening.
Yeah. It's history from there, right?
Yeah.
All right.
And then it happened from there on.
Yeah. So, like, what exactly did you guys think about the start of the war? What was your... were you worried, or were you kind of like, bring it, or...
I was anxious, really anxious to do my part. You
Right.
know.
Which you did.
I was ready to go, and in fact, when they drafted me in the 1st of January, and the semester wasn't over until maybe 3 or 4 weeks after that.
Right.
So I had to leave without even taking any final exams or anything
Right,
for
yeah.
the semester.
Did you get to... After the war, did you get a chance to finish college off, or...
No, well, I guess I had a chance, but
didn't.
I got married during that time, you know,
Right,
so
right.
I had too many responsibilities. I couldn't afford to go back.
Right.
I had to go to
Right.
work, so
All right.
no, I never finished.
Never finished. All right. Okay. So what boot camp did you go to?